Hey, what's up everybody, it's S. In my last video, I mentioned that my current EDC wasn't working for me in the current configuration. So now what exactly did I mean by that? So the Glock is obviously great, gonna be keeping the Glock, Holosun, love that. I will be changing over though this Holosun and putting it on the Glock 19X MOS. If you haven't seen that unboxing, go ahead and check that out. But I'm gonna actually replace the Holosun with a SCS on this one, but that wasn't necessarily the change that I said that wasn't working for me. It was two main things. The first is gonna be the belt. So this is what I've been using as my belt, and it's not an EDC belt. It's actually just a belt I got on Amazon, and it's one of those ratcheting belts. And if you don't know what that is, it is amazing. So I got this for like 15 bucks, and what I love about it is obviously you can make micro adjustments. You know, after lunch you can kind of loosen it up a little bit, or you can tighten it up as needed. So this one I think I got for like, if I'm not mistaken, it's like 15 bucks. I have like 3 or 4 different colors. I don't even know what the brand name is. What is it, Fairwind? Overall, great belt for just being a belt. Now for an EDC belt, it's not that great. Obviously you can see it's kind of flimsy. The ratcheting system isn't that strong. So what happens is if it gets too tight, it'll start to pop and loosen up. So what I decided to do was get an EDC belt. I've been talking about getting a Kore belt for quite some time now, maybe probably 3 or 4 months. I was gonna actually purchase it. I was waiting on a sale, as you know I do. However, when I was buying the tier 1 concealed holsters, I got a couple of different holsters around July 4th. They were having a good sale. I think it was like a 1776 sales. So you know, it was like 17% off. So when I actually checked out, right when I was getting ready to close out my computer, they actually said, hey, would you want to add a Kore belt for 20% off? So, you know me, sale, had to pull the trigger. So what I got was a Kore EDC belt, and I think it's an actually collaboration with tier 1, because if you notice on the clasp, it has actually tier 1 concealed and it's a Kore belt. I'll be actually putting this belt together at the end of this video, so please go ahead and stick around for that. So the actual belt I got in itself, it's just a basic belt. I think I got the black one. Yeah, so I got the black one. And what I like about this one, it has the same micro adjustments with the ratcheting system. However, the belt is a lot more rigid than obviously the one I got from Amazon. And you can pretty much see the difference of the thickness. Actually, I don't know if you can tell that. Yeah, there you go. So you can tell this one kind of flimsy. This one has a little more rigidity into it. So I'm gonna go ahead and install the clasp at the end of this video. And then that way I can go ahead and start using this going forward. So obviously having a good belt is awesome. The next thing is a holster. So that's the other thing that I'm gonna be changing in this video. So I gave this appendix style holster with the sidecar the good old college try. I gave it about, it's been about 6 months that I've been carrying it, but unfortunately I don't feel great about tucking it in my pants. I know everybody on YouTube makes it seem like, that's pretty much the only way to go. And if you can pull that off, great. For me, it just wasn't working for me. Maybe I'll come back to it at another date. Once I get done with my diet, maybe I'll be able to fit this in my pants a little bit better.
Cap.
I've just never felt great about having one in a chamber, having this in my pants. So I decided to look around, and obviously the first stop or first place I looked was gonna be tier 1 concealed, because I love the holster. It's great quality. It has rigidity, but it has a little bit of give to it. It has the bungees, obviously, which, kind of helps you, obviously around your stomach area. Overall, comfort-wise, it wasn't terrible. I just couldn't get past the fact of, having it tucked in my pants. And if I ever had to, holster and reholster it, I just didn't feel great about it. So like, even if I was at the range, I just felt some type of way about constantly, reholstering a loaded weapon, in my pants. So maybe with more training, I would get more comfortable. It would work a little bit better. But for me, and for my training schedule or lack thereof, I think that I need to go a different direction. So the direction I went is going to be tier 1 concealed. The holster I ended up picking up, I don't know the name of it. If I remember, I'll go ahead and drop it in the description. But this one is a strong side carry. So what that means, it's going to go on the back side of my body, possibly at, I don't know, maybe 3, 4, 5 o'clock, somewhere in that range. So the weapon is going to be kind of behind me and to the back. So I'll be able to, I'll be reaching back behind me, grabbing it like that. So I think it's going to work a little bit better, or at least make me feel a little more comfortable, especially when I'm at the range. Now I actually did purchase another, a universal holster. Actually, let me go ahead and get that, 1 second.
12 seconds later.
Okay, I'm back. So I actually purchased this universal holster, and I purchased a TLR1 light. So basically I'll be able to put that light on different weapons. Then I'll be able to use this holster at the range if I want to do, outside the body, instead of having this on strong side. But either way, I'll feel more comfortable. Obviously this being kind of on my leg, this being towards my back, that I won't have anything pointed at myself, because again, I just didn't feel comfortable carrying it this way. For now, this is what we're gonna roll with. Then this is what we're gonna work on when we're just doing specific range sessions. When I wanna test out different weapons maybe, I'll be able to use that TLR1 light, put it on different weapons, and then I have one holster kind of for everything. Let's go ahead and swap the holster out and let's see how it looks. Let's do a safety check. Okay, we're good there. Okay, so there we go in all its new glory. And I tried to get a color bungee to match the weapon, and again, it does not match. This is a lot lighter than the actual weapon, but again, it's gonna be in my pants, so you know, who cares? So other than that, I mean, that's pretty much all the changes that I'm gonna be making to my EDC. I love the Glock. Well, I take that back actually. So I am gonna be swapping this Hollow Sun and putting this on the Glock 19X MOS that I just purchased. If you haven't checked out that video, go ahead and check that out. I'm gonna be getting the Hollow Sun SCS, which is the low profile one that attaches directly to the slide. So that way I can co-witness with my iron sights without having to buy an extra set of sights. But they don't normally put the Hollow Sun SCS on sale, so I may have to break my own rule at some point and buy it at full price. I will go ahead and install the belt. Hopefully it's not that complicated, but I guess we'll see. Okay, so let's see what the instructions say. It says on the back of the belt, use your ruler markings to find your pant size. Okay. Next, inside the waistband, you're gonna add 6. For example, if your pant size is a 34, you need to cut the belt at 38, or if it's gonna be inside the waistband, which is what I'm gonna be doing, that would be 40. I'm actually closer to probably about a 33, but I think that I'm gonna give myself an extra little wiggle room. I think I'm gonna go with the 34, then I'm gonna add 6, so that will give me 40. So let's see what we got. 40. I should probably not just do one cut. Let's do a test fit. Give me one moment. Okay, so actually I think I'm going to go with 41. That way I have a little bit of extra room. If I need to cut it, I can, because again, I'm not gonna be able to add more to it at a later date. So let's see if these scissors are sharp enough. Okay, it's not straight, but a little bit better. Maybe I made it a little worse. We'll just go ahead and leave it at that. Next is loosen the 2 hex screws with included wrench and insert the cut end of the belt into the receptacle with the teeth. It's actually going to be similar to what I have with the Amazon belt, where I had to cut it and then I had to slide it in and then kind of screw it down to make it tight. So I think we're going to do that same thing here. So let's see if we can find our hex key, and then I believe it comes with some sort of screw. So let's go ahead and set this to the side and we'll get our clasp and see exactly what we need to do. So it looks like it already comes with 2 screws. This is possibly just an extra one. Again, I could probably see it if I read the directions, but who's gonna do that? Tighten it up. Okay, all right, simple enough. Okay, actually I take that back. So I think you actually need to loosen these up a little bit, and I probably should have read the directions a little more closely, but I think we'll be fine. There we go. So I think that's to fit how it's supposed to. So before I made a mistake, I didn't push it in all the way because I didn't loosen these up. So you actually have to loosen these screws up, push the belt all the way in, and then we can go ahead and tighten it down. Okay, I think we're good there. So now the belt should just go together like so. And then you loosen it up with this little lever here, and we're good to go.
Mm-hmm. I'm proud of you, you know that. I hope you do.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and test this to see if it fits. Hopefully it does, because if it doesn't, I can't add any more to it. Probably should have done a little bit better job, but I'm a little excited, so whatever. Okay, so I just checked the fit, and actually it is a little bit big, so I guess their directions are probably correct. I should have cut or left it at the, probably at the 40. I'm actually gonna go ahead and take the screws out, cut it back down to the 40, just to make it a little bit tighter, and I'm gonna go ahead and do that off camera. So pretty much that was all I had for you guys today. Again, it was just gonna be what changes I was gonna be making to my EDC, so with the actual firearm. No real changes at this time. Mainly it was just the holster and obviously the belt. And then again, when I get the SCS, I'll go ahead and swap that out. I'm gonna go ahead and give this the good old college try, and I think it'll be better. Again, I think I'll feel more comfortable carrying this strong side than I did appendix. I'm not gonna get rid of my appendix holster. Again, again, I spent a lot of money on it. I don't know, I'll try to find some use for it. Maybe obviously with more training and obviously getting out to the range more often, maybe I'll come back to it. But for right now, I think this is gonna be the way to go for me. So other than that, I will see you guys in the next video.